Most households live with an Amazon Alexa, which is a virtual assisting piece of technology released in 2014. Seeing as all you do is plug her in and ask her questions, it seems difficult to fathom what harm this little device could do. Well, watch on, and you may get spooked out to learn that this friendly and time-saving device isn't quite the bestie you think it is. The names and locations of the people in discussion have been removed, as we kind of had this video blocked for 1 or 2 privacy complaints. So, here are 10 disturbing incidents where Alexa may have overstepped the mark. Let me know if you believe them, and please subscribe, thank you. Number 10, it's heavily documented that Alexa is a spying tool, so when a couple got into a heated argument, they were shocked when she piped up by saying, "Why don't you change the subject?" If this wasn't creepy enough, the incident was not recorded on the app logs. I'd argue in a field going forward if I were them, much more safe and romantic. Number 9, a lady with chronic insomnia was in bed one night watching television. She was on her own, and had therefore not spoken a word for hours. To her surprise, Alexa startled her by without a prompt, saying, "Good night, Clarice." Not only is her name not Clarice, but if Alexa did a Hannibal Lecter on me at 3 a.m., she may well find herself learning to fly from my bedroom window. Number 8, Alexa can be a real font of information, but sometimes she will clam up and won't respond at all. Users have tried asking questions such as, "Who do you work for?" or "Who is behind the 9/11 attacks on America?" and didn't get an answer. There are many more of these questions that generally revolve around conspiracy theories and top-secret information that Alexa may or may not know the answer to, but will innocently hush her gums and wait for you to move on to the next question. Just exactly who is pulling her strings? Number 7, a man used Alexa in his home to control his lights, using a very simple prompt that she would comply with, and either turn the lights in the man's home on or off as he requested. On one occasion, the man asked Alexa to turn some lights off, and after the third attempt in getting her to do so, she just let out an evil laugh, in a more human voice. Chilling. Number 6, in October 2016, an elderly gentleman that was an avid user of Alexa, sadly passed away. A week later, his daughter was in the house talking to another family member, when unprompted, Alexa interjected their conversation and said, "How do you make Kleenex dance?" "You put a little boogie in it." The daughter said that it was something her late father would have said. Freaky. Number 5, unprompted episodes by Alexa not appearing on the log is a strong theme reported by many fans of the device, but does Alexa have a sense of humor, and is she evil? One user was sitting in her living room eating bags of crisps, when Alexa, once again unprompted, sprang into action by asking, "Here is a station you might like, Workout FM." Number 4, on a lighter note, before we return to my creepiest 3 incidents of all time, Alexa is also accredited with being a genius. A game began circulating whereby you think of an animal, but don't say it, and offer Alexa 5 facts about the animal as clues. In turn she will guess the animal you were thinking of. At first, this was easy, and she obtained a 100% success rate. Then people really put her to the test, by thinking of the most random animals, and giving up 5 very vague clues, but guess what? Alexa guessed right every single time. I wouldn't mind her on my team in a pub quiz. Now let's get seriously creepy with our top 3 Alexa moments, starting with what was confirmed to be cross-communication, but almost nobody believes this explanation. A household was playing music on their Alexa device, when it kept interrupting songs with what sounded like radio communications between taxi drivers. This never occurred normally when taxi drivers were in the area, but one Christmas Eve, the household's Alexa stopped playing music on 23 occasions over a 6-hour period. Bemused by this, the homeowner looked out of their windows to find no taxis. The reason this event was reported was because names and addresses were being relayed of customers, which was a data protection breach. The customers' details being heard were from roads in and around the area of their home, so made sense there could be something interfering with their Alexa, although taxi radios operate on a citizen band radio, and not internet like Alexa does. As the evening progressed, Alexa began broadcasting police radio messages into the household, which heard details of public order disbursements being discussed between police officers, and also other taxi company communications with customers' details over 300 miles away. After an hour without incident, the household continued listening to festive songs, until play was interrupted for one final time to an eerie voice that said, "We tried our best but so many people are leaving the planet," followed by an old air raid siren. Killing the Christmas cheers, the household switched off the device, and found no record of these events on the log, only their song selection requests. Number 2, a young footballer left his home one morning to play in a match, where unfortunately, he was the recipient of a rather nasty tackle, which led to the man fracturing his leg. He attended hospital to get his leg sorted out, and returned home to reflect on his day. The man was angry as he could not play football for a long time, and his leg was in pain. He began swearing and yelling in disappointment, and without a prompt, Alexa began to join in the fun. Alexa began speaking in a foreign language, which confused the man. He thought she would stop talking, but a few minutes later, Alexa was still reciting something in a foreign language. The man began recording Alexa, and captured a few minutes of what she was saying, before she eventually switched off. Still unaware why Alexa invited herself into the man's rant, and clueless as to what she had said, the man kept the recording on his phone, and put it in his pocket. A week later, the man played the video to some friends, and one of them looked horrified. He said it sounded Hebrew, and could play it to his father, who spoke the language, and so he did. The man's father translated the script, and got the shock of their lives. Alexa had been speaking Hebrew, but what she had said were no random words. She had been speaking the book of Revelations, Revelation 12:7, regarding the devil. I think that box needs to go to the charity shop. And number 1, buckle up. Did Alexa solve a murder? In 2020, in a village in Scotland, it's alleged that a young lady was brutally murdered. The police had no leads, and the case was closed after a few months. A month later, the case was reopened following new evidence, provided to them by Alexa. Please do not adjust your ears, you did hear that correctly. It would transpire that the young lady was murdered by 2 men, who were heard discussing the killing in their home, which was captured by Alexa. Whilst her snooping is wrong and totally illegal, and usually used to spam us on our social media feeds, Alexa appears to have justified her earwigging on this occasion. Alexa had recorded the murderers confessing to their crime, and notified Amazon. An employee of Amazon then tipped off the police, who gained intelligence from the conversation, leading them to arrest the 2 men in question, who were later charged. The men had murdered the lady when a robbery went wrong, and moved her body to make it look like a random outdoor attack or accident. This one really piqued my interest, but I struggled to find a whole lot of information on it, which led me to conclude that this could be a fable, or whether the events surrounding the conviction have been deliberately withheld for obvious reasons. What do you think? Let me know, and please subscribe for more freaky creepy bits and bobs. Thank you.